guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin Cosplay, and today we are back again, guys, with the OC episode 7 of season 2.
Yes.
So last time we had a little Christmaka.
Yes, episode. Christmaka that almost didn't happen because everything came out. Well, almost everything. The secret about Caleb and Lindsay came out, and everyone was there to hear about it. Yay!
Nice.
I mean, at first there were tears and anger, and Kirsten, we're not sure she'll ever forgive her father because she was really mad. But Ryan made her come around the idea of having Lindsay in the family, so that's great. And aside from that, Lindsay at first was like, oh, I don't want anything to do with this family ever. So she was like, Ryan, I can't see you anymore.
But then Seth came and get her. They talk with each other,
Yeah.
make her laugh, and she saw that every Cohen's, Ryan, Sandy, Kirsten, Marissa, and Summers,
Well, even the people who are not Cohens.
they're part of the family still. They decided to help her celebrate Christmas and to end the episode on a good note. So
Instead of seeing this as a bad thing, she could see this as, you know, the big family now that's waiting for her to welcome her.
Yeah. You have a family. We're crazy, but you still got a family with us.
Yeah, you get the drama, but you'll get the good stuff too, you know. So it ended on a good note, and the only thing that's now still a secret, right now at least, is the Julie and Jimmy situation.
Yeah, we need to deal with that.
She's complaining about Caleb's cheating, and she's complaining about a lot of shit, but then she's doing the same thing behind his back, and she doesn't want to stop. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, basically, let's jump in this episode, see what they have in store for us. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to know when these episodes come out, and check out our Patreon for the full reactions.
Alright, so let's go.
I've been looking through old photos of my mom, looking for resemblances to Lindsay. Look at that.
Whenever you see Lindsay and kiss her, think of my mom.
Kirsten's like my mom. Lindsay is clearly her sister. It's kind of weird. The fact that your mom doesn't know that I'm dating her sister? Well, you just have to ask yourself the question, Ryan. Is she your girlfriend or is she your aunt? Ah, yes. The age-old question.
The age-old question.
I just don't know what to do, you know? What to say? Well, have you talked to Lindsay? I wanted to give her space over winter break. Let her figure everything out. That's all you can do. And if she comes back and decides she wants to be part of this family, then we're done dating, unless you want to move to the south. Kirsten doesn't know you see him.
This girl grew up not knowing who she is or where she's from, and we're her family.
If she wants us, she wants us. I mean, you guys.
Well, you too, Ryan.
No, you! No.
Actually, she's so young, she's more like your sister.
Oh boy.
That's even
A sister, I always wanted one of those. Ryan, how about you?
How about you?
keep it in the family, they said, right?
Family Ties is the name of the episode. To be fair, with the age difference thing, it doesn't matter as much. Like, I don't think Kirsten and Lindsay want to see each other as sisters, and I don't think Seth is gonna start calling her Auntie Lindsay. You know?
Maybe he's sees her more as a cousin.
But
maybe.
then it's true that like if they start seeing her as a sister, though. Ew. Like, what do you tell your kids?
Don't worry about it.
This is how I met your mother.
What's up about your dad? I hope you don't mind me showing up like this. I was wondering if I could give you a ride home.
Oh, thanks, but I have a car.
I know you're not on the market for any new relatives, but how about a friend? We could go grab a friendly cup of coffee.
I think she wants this relationship to work. I don't know if she would leave her, you know, as a friend or anything. Because deep down she wants this connection. She looks out for her sisters.
Oh man. Oh.
The timing! The timing!
Oh man.
Oh no. Oh no.
And also the fact that her mom is married to someone else.
I don't know if she cares about that as much.
Come on, I came over to welcome you back. You've really changed over break, wow. Who are you? Just, a guy. I probably have the wrong department, sorry.
Seth?
So... Oh.
Hey. Okay, I'm trying to do the math here, and, well, I have a few questions.
I will answer all of your questions tonight at the Modest Mouse Concert, okay? So it was nice to see you. Really nice of you to stop by. Really nice.
I don't know about this.
She thinks you're nice. Yeah, exactly, nice. As in lacking any edge and
or danger. It's like the more edgy and dangerous she became, the more I became like a Jewish grandmother.
You're going to keep shucking, Seth. I want dinner ready by the time your mother gets home.
Hey, maybe I don't feel like shucking these. Okay, maybe you should go and shuck them yourself, old man.
He's trying to be dangerous. Ryan, punch people for me. If you have to change for someone, it's not the right person for you. If you have to change like this, you know. Hey! Oh.
We were having coffee and we were talking and then we did a little shopping, a lot of shopping. And next thing you know, it was dinner time.
I think dinner with all of us would be really nice.
I think that maybe
Don't
over
you,
time, Lindsay might feel like Kristen is her family too, you know?
The thing is, that's the thing.
Because
The more time
her-
she spends with them, the more it's gonna be awkward.
Yeah.
If Ryan finds a problem there, he's gonna find a problem down the line.
Looking forward to meeting him.
It just wasn't a good time. You were busy making out with Mom.
What?
Dad, I saw you.
Long
How
talk.
could you get back together with her? I mean, don't you remember how she ruined your
Yeah,
life?
this
and
bothers
mine?
her more than Caleb.
Things are different now.
Oh, really? So you're not back to lying, cheating, and sneaking around again? I thought you were past that.
Please, let me explain.
What's there to talk about? We already know how it ends. We've already lived through this once.
The horrors of season 1.
Ugh.
You know, for once, I wish you would just grow up and be like a real dad.
Both of your parents need to grow the fuck up.
But they are parents in a teenage drama. They cannot grow up.
Our expectation needs to be low.
The parents are usually worse than the kids in these shows.
Yeah. Well, some of the parents. Because you need to have one good
How are you
couple
doing?
of parents in there.
He's trying to be Ryan.
You want a wife beater for tonight? I thought you had several, so you should call me nice. Ryan, so what I'm trying to do is cultivate more of a...
He doesn't feel it as much
Yeah,
though.
it's gonna get the job done. You're right. I need to borrow your wrist
This could
guard.
be more
Oh, hey,
fitting, man.
Remember that choker you used to wear? No. Just
Oh wow. He comes out with fake tattoos and nose ring.
really
Eyeliner.
family dinner. I know, I thought so.
Yeah, but
Which is part of the problem, right?
Lindsay wants to hang out with a sister she never knew she had. I can't stand in the way. Or make it all about me, right?
No, it's something I would do. Which is perfect because you're becoming more like me, which paves the way for me to become the brooding bad boy.
Seth.
oh,
You
no.
realize we're both screwed. Dude, I'm wearing a wife beater.
I think Seth needs to realize that if she's not happy with what she gets from Seth, they're never gonna be together. Cause I thought they had a thing. I thought she made a move at the end of the Christmas, the ball. But now apparently there's something going on here too. She might have issues, but if she can take him as is,
Do you
it's not
think that
gonna
she
work.
might have trouble with commitment, maybe?
Yeah, she does have problems with commitment. I meant problems with, something else, something personal. They mentioned how she was kicked out of school in the recap, so maybe it has to do with that.
She has also family issues.
She
told
bailed.
her.
She bailed.
Yeah.
I've fallen in love with my ex-wife. You were married before Julie?
You're in love with Julie? Unfortunately, I do. Jimmy, after everything she did to you before?
I know, that's what Marissa said. Marissa knows.
Marissa knows.
She caught us. I can't be here and be with Julie. But right now, I can't be here and not be with Julie.
What are you saying?
I came across this company that charters
leaving?
yachts for sale in Maui.
You're leaving?
I need to get away from here before I do any more damage to myself. Or to my kids.
Yeah, you're gonna do damage to your kids doing that, though.
Marissa's gonna take it hard.
I just can't stay here any longer. I
Need a
just can't do it.
clean slate?
A healthy environment.
When would you go? Well, they faxed over a contract a couple weeks ago. All I have to do is sign it and...
Wow. So he'd be gone?
history.
I mean, for him as a person, it's a good idea. But, Marissa is gonna react badly.
And her sister, that we forget it.
Yeah, we don't talk about the sister, but Marissa, her escape is her father.
I know.
You're right. I need to learn how to be a real dad. So, I'm leaving.
What?
Yeah, I'm moving to
Maui.
Do you think she's gonna feel guilty that she brought up the problem?
She definitely will.
You can come visit anytime you want.
Yeah, with school it's gonna be great. And it's not the same.
Well, good luck with that. I mean, I hear Maui's beautiful.
Don't internalize. Lash out if you need to lash out.
Are you okay?
Uh-huh.
No.
Totally. I mean, you were the last thing keeping me sane, so when you leave, it should be interesting to see how things go.
What did I just say?
Like mother, like daughter. They do have a tendency to bring back everything to them.
Well, it is a bit about her.
True.
It's her father.
Tell you I'm dying.
And he is leaving.
For your friendship.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Lindsay.
I'm gonna go grab some champagne. You two have fun.
Thanks. Now we're waving at each other?
Did you agree Kirsten can't find out about us, right?
Right.
It's a
'cause then
sweet
it might be weird.
awkward, you
Ryan,
know?
have you seen...
It's a sweet, sad, awkward.
Hello. Excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's just awkward.
I'll find Julie myself. Good to see you.
I mean, maybe she'd want to talk to you? At least offer? Oh boy.
She's drunk.
Well, if it isn't the Wicked Witch of the West Coast.
Yeah, she's just lashing out at her parents.
She was like this when I picked her up.
You don't have to defend yourself to her.
No, but you do, young lady.
Come on, let's go, DJ, before she tries to sleep with you next. What did
Oh,
you say?
boy.
You heard me, you whore.
Oh boy. Oh man.
Guys, not here.
No, let's do it here, okay? You know what? Let's tell everyone why you're leaving, Dad. Hello, everybody. Go, Marissa. Get off of me.
Careful.
You're leaving me with you. See how screwed up she is.
Of course I'm screwed up. I'm the daughter of a thief and a slut.
Oh boy.
But I just hate you both so much.
Aww. Marissa is
Could
not
have
good
been
at.
worse, to be honest.
Marissa's not good at lashing out in public. Well, no, she's good at lashing out in public,
Yeah, she doesn't know how to be
That was...
private.
but her sense of timing sucks. Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Nickel. There's a problem with your car. Your car's been stolen.
Wow. Whose car is that?
This? It's mine, Alex. I stole it.
Oh my God, Seth.
Stole a car?
I'm actually happy that it's Seth who
I
took
thought it was
it.
Marissa at
I was
first.
afraid it was her. Yeah.
Seth, I've been with a lot of bad boys. And you are not one of them.
Nope. He's the good guy.
He's a good guy.
No.
But it's a good thing.
You're a good guy. And that's why I like you.
Really? Well, that's good, because I don't think this whole bad boy thing's really working out for me.
He's my grandfather. It's fine.
Is this your vehicle, sir?
Well, he wanted to be a bad boy.
What are you still
Live with the consequences.
End up in jail.
Kissing me might be like kissing your sister. And I think we should just find out.
Want me to kiss you as an experiment?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's no big deal.
Okay.
No pressure.
I think that the awkwardness is coming from the way that people are seeing Lindsay in the family, not Brian with Lindsay.
Well, yeah, I think there's no confusion here.
Oh, hey guys, I was wondering if you've seen Seth.
No.
We were just looking for him ourselves.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe we should just keep this to ourselves for now.
At least, do we find out if we're breaking any laws?
You're not. You can't get rid of the attraction.
Hey, Dad.
What are you doing here?
I called him. Thanks, DJ.
I was wondering if he was going to be able to handle drunk Marissa and her problems. He's doing good.
I'm sorry, Marissa. I'm sorry that I couldn't
give you the life that you deserve. Although I nearly went to jail trying. I gotta give the guy credit for that.
It's not the tender joke. This show should be renamed, again, I said it before, Feeling Bad About Marissa.
Kinda cold.
Fucking hell.
We should head back, huh? When we get out of here? Wait.
Can we just sit here for a while?
Sure, kiddo.
She's going through so much bad shit always.
Yeah, she doesn't really have a break.
I'll sit with you.
That's why I don't really blame her for lashing out in public.
Hey!
Hi.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was just seeing my dad off. I brought bagels.
Well, that's the secret password into the Cohen house. Come on in.
Spend more time with them. You still have a support system.
Gather around, Marissa. I'm going to teach you how to schmear.
He's an artist with cream cheese.
Well, thank you, honey. Slice it.
I love
Slice it.
them. I love this family. They are so good.
Of course. We got bagels.
I think that the fact that she's gonna, before time with the Cohens, it's gonna maybe help her become more friend with Ryan's, you know?
Well, she's friends with him. But at least it's saying that she might have lost her dad, but she still has a family. And they're good. They're good at this. That's 3 kids! That's 3 kids!
They're good at taking stray cats, you know?
That's, not technically 3, that's 4 kids
Yeah, with this
that they've helped with Teresa.
True.
Okay,
They can also help Lindsay too, so that's
5
kids.
Ryan, why 5? Ryan, Marissa, Lindsay, and Teresa.
Oh, true. Sorry.
4.
I had Seth in mind though, that's why.
No, Seth is theirs. They have to.
Yeah, they have to tolerate him, yeah.
I did not see that coming at all. Jimmy leaving, kind of like Haley did. Well, is it the end of Jimmy, or he might pop up, you know?
No, I think he might pop up someday.
In an episode or 2, but...
Yeah, but, okay, honestly, I'm all for it because he needs to grow the fuck up, sorry.
Yes, I do think that it's bullshit that he, as an adult, is making his daughters go through this for him to become mature. Like, you decided to have that's the thing. When you decide to have kids, in my opinion, you decide to take on that responsibility of, you know, they will come before you, you know? You do have to take care of yourself, and his bullshit, we forgot about it a little bit because he seemed to be doing better, but when he listed everything that was still wrong in his life, I went like, oh, I mean, yeah, okay. He still is going through some shit, but he has kids. He's got to take care of his kids.
True.
And he's been too focused on Haley. He's been too focused on his life on his boat, too focused on his problems, always since season 1. And he's heard about all the issues with Marissa, and he's heard about Julie's issues with Marissa and Caleb and everything that Marissa's been going through. And every time she deals with these issues with her mom a little bit, and she lashes out and she deals with them with Ryan and the Cohens, but he's there to say, this isn't good, you know, you're not being a good mom to her, or, you know, the situation sucks, and he punches Caleb, but he's never really
Not really doing
done
anything to help his daughter, yeah.
And now he's saying he needs to mature, which technically you should have done that years ago, and in order to do that, you decide to leave your daughter alone in a bad environment where she has so many problems, and you're still not doing shit about it. So I don't know, like, I like Jimmy as a character. I don't know if I like the reason why he's leaving, because it sounds to me like he made so many mistakes and he wants to focus on his mistakes, but he's leaving making another mistake, you know? Marissa is a kid.
I don't know, because we do know that some parents, when they're divorced or when they decide to go their separate ways, doesn't mean that they're gonna live in the same city. Sometimes they live in a different countries.
Another city is
But
a thing.
I think-
We're talking Hawaii here. It's far.
Maui.
Hawaii?
Sorry. I think maybe the only thing that really bothered me about that fact is the way that he told Marissa. Like, he didn't really try to comfort her and say that you can go and pass some time with me, sweetie. I'm not abandoning you, because I think that for her that's the main issue. For her, our father is abandoning her again.
And it's like he's the only, like, despite everything, he literally is the only member of her family, close family, that she can hang out with without having a problem. Like, she said it herself, like, he is her
Sane line.
Her lifeline, you know? He's the reason why she's still sane, she said. And it's kind of true, because her mom is messed up and she's still not facing the true problem, which is your personality and your attitude towards your daughter and life in general screwed Marissa up. And whenever you're talking about this, you're saying that Marissa has a problem instead of saying I did something. And Jimmy is, you know, that problem is not dealt with, and the whole Caleb situation is still weird and awkward. And she doesn't really, like, she has DJ, but he's not around much, for us at least. He's still new. Mm-hmm. He still doesn't really know all of this. Like, he did good this episode, but he was a bit, you know, stressed at the party. Like, he...
First time drunk Marissa.
Exactly. He's new to this, and Ryan is not around, and he knew how to handle Marissa, but he's not around for that anymore. So, and I mean, Jimmy's her dad. He should take care of her. He should support her. And he's gonna leave her without that. So yeah, I mean, there's probably a reason why the character had to go. I just think that as a reason for leaving, this makes me hate Jimmy a little bit. I think it's like you're leaving to become more mature, but this shows immaturity in my opinion, because I'm of the opinion that you can hang out, you know, in the same... Like, I'm not saying it's not awkward, you know, but you can find another solution other than just leaving the fucking continent, you know? It can be awkward.
Well,
like, when our parents separated, our mom stayed in the same village. We grew up in a village, and our mom stayed in the same village as our father.
Yeah.
Till we, at least for a few years, till we finished primary school.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we all started going to high school, which was in the city, she moved to the city. It's 15 minutes away from the village, so it's not like we couldn't see our father, and we still spent half the time in both places. But I remember that when she left, we were asking her why, because I mean, we grew up in the village and we didn't want to leave the village, and she was saying I don't think she told us, but I heard her say it to someone. But in any case, she was saying that it got too hard to live in the village where people were gossiping and everyone knew about her and my dad, and everyone knew our family and stuff, and she had to live in this place where the judgment or the comments were gonna hurt her all the time, you know? Mm-hmm. It's a similar situation here where for Jimmy staying in Newport, it's gotten too much, you know? Yeah. It's the pressure of what he did, it's the memories, it's the people, you know, that will judge him whenever they see him. And now he's got this thing with Julie, which in my opinion is something that could have been avoided, because again, you're not controlled by your inhibitions. I've always been saying, like, I have a friend who used to talk, you know, like, oh, I mean, I can't control myself and stuff like that. I mean, no, you can control yourself. And in this case, they didn't, and their feelings grew and stuff. I get it. But they made this decision. They made those bad decisions, and now they can't live with it. That's the issue. So I get the whole leaving town thing, but he's going away so far. He's talking about how you can visit whenever. No, she won't be able to visit whenever.
You said that he could arrange a plane or a boat for her.
Yeah, they can arrange it, but she still has to go to school. Mm-hmm. She can't just leave. And it's not like if there's something, you know, if something happens with Julie one day and she just needs to breathe a little bit, like, she can't just hop on a plane and leave to Hawaii. Although she could, but
she can go to the Cohen.
Realistically, she can't.
But
it's a good thing she has the Cohens.
She's gonna go to the Cohens, but yeah. Seriously, in that regard, I think that Jimmy and Julie are kind of the same. Like, I did say that Julie doesn't have any willpower to give her some strict line to follow or restrictions.
Well, with Julie, my only problem is if you're gonna complain about the whole cheating thing and you're gonna make yourself into like, oh, it's so hard, like this situation is hard and stuff. Like, no, the choice is clear. You either stop the thing that's going on with Jimmy or you divorce Caleb.
But I think that for Jimmy, it's technically like the same. Like he used to be in love with Julie. He said so to her. He said so to Kirsten and to I was about to say Stacy. Sandy.
Stacy.
He said so to Julie, Kirsten, and Sandy. He wanted to go back to his previous wife. He needed to have a clean
Yeah, I get that. But I'm thinking
and
there are
this
closer spaces.
opportunity came to him and decided to say yes, because the farther he is, the more he can have a clear mind.
I get that, but when you have kids, there's a moment where sometimes you gotta start thinking about them first.
I know.
And in this case, he's not really thinking about
I
them.
know.
You said so yourself. It's like he saw this as a no big deal thing.
No, the way that he presented it looks like it was a no big deal for him. So that I'm mad of. But I understand why he decided to go away. It's just like with Ryan's mom.
I'm not against going away.
Because
I'm thinking going away not too far. You know?
We don't even know where Ryan's mom is. It's technically the same thing.
But with Ryan's mom, she was definitely toxic for Ryan, whereas Jimmy's not toxic for Marissa. He's supporting her.
Yeah,
He
but
helps.
right now, he's not in a good, right state of mind.
Okay.
We saw it. He said it himself. He needs to...
I still don't agree. I'm sorry. I do believe that for Marissa being a kid, losing her dad in this way for reasons that, you know, that are have nothing to do with her. I agree with the whole growing up thing. I agree with the whole taking care of yourself thing.
The way that he
for her
presented
sake.
it is going for like 6 months.
I don't think it's going to be 6 months.
Technically.
Pretty sure it's not going to be 6 months.
I'm hoping that he's going to come back.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But in any case, I would say as a father who's supposed to support his daughter, leaving her behind like this when you know she still has issues. Like, this season has been a bad season. Yeah, you haven't seen our cat with his little collar yet.
Yeah, you've seen it in the previous episode.
Is Token
No,
got on the desk?
John was there when we saw episode 6.
Oh, he did? He was?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, then sorry. Okay, in any case, Marissa's season so far hasn't been good. She's been lashing out more and more at her mom. She's been living in a bad environment when it comes to family and stuff. So she never dealt with the problems from season 1 either. Leaving her now, in my opinion, is not a good idea.
Ow.
And that's why I'm pissed a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he's going to a place where she can't follow as easily. And he won't be there to support her or help her. On a personal level, I'm fine.
Maybe you can see it as a way, because every time that she did have a problem, she did escape to her father or escape.
She should be able to escape to her father.
I know,
He's her father.
No, but I know what she never really tried to deal with what was going on.
Yeah, but
Or
she's
tried-
like, what, 15, 16?
17.
Well, no.
At least.
No, because like we still have a few seasons and I'm pretty sure that they're not graduating next year.
She's not 15, that's for sure.
I think they are pretty young.
How old are they, guys?
15 or 16.
Minimum
In any
16.
case, at that age, you're not an adult. You're not grown up. And these issues didn't come from her. And that's the thing. I do think that she has a bad tendency to deal. You know, she's not good at dealing with her issues. For real.
No,
and she's
not.
She does also. She does a bit like her mom. It's true. Sorry. I mean, it's just. She does a bit like her mom, where she'll be, you know, something will be happening that's not about her, and yes, because of all her issues, she'll feel like it's another rock added onto the weight.
She's gonna throw it on herself.
Yeah, she does that.
Technically guilt tripping people about it too.
Yeah, but then the difference is Julie creates those problems, whereas Marissa doesn't create those problems. She's just living through them as a teenager with the hormones, with the boyfriends, with school, with the stress of having to find, you know, your way in life and stuff because it's already being asked of you. It's huge for a kid.
Yeah.
And now she's been, her father, who is supposed to be part of her support system, is leaving. So in my opinion, it's not a good idea. I mean, it wasn't the right thing to do.
It's not a good idea, but in a way, if it could help her pass more moments with the Cohens, because the Cohens are really good at helping kids around.
She's already spending most
advice.
of her time with them.
Yeah, but now she doesn't have a father has an escape.
It's not an escape. So the Cohens are not an escape, but her father is an escape?
No. I mean, okay. Her father was an escape, but he wasn't good at dealing with the problems. He was just living with Marissa, like, come at my home, kid. But with the Cohens, if she has a problem, they're gonna help her go through it.
We're gonna agree to disagree on this. I'm not saying it's a bad idea on a personal level to focus on his issues, and I get the whole leaving town because it gets too much. I get the whole, I can't be with Julie, but I want to be with Julie and stuff because, yes, she is toxic and she hasn't changed. That's the thing. She hasn't dealt with her issues either.
No.
So in my opinion, if they got back together, it would be a vicious circle. He would go back to his old ways probably because she would still be demanding. Like once the honeymoon period would be over, once the honeymoon period would be over, the reality of having to pay bills, she won't be living on the boat for sure. So you'll have to pay for the house. You'll have to start paying for shit, and he's not in a good place. And you add to that the fact that it would be hard for him to find a job in Newport that pays. Basically, they would be right back to where they started in season 1. So this isn't a good idea. So I get the whole leaving thing, but leaving so far away and leaving your kids when they are in this environment and in the middle of their issues, and just trusting that they'll be fine. Like, he's not leaving anything behind to support her. They never set up, like, they set up some therapy thing, but I'm not even sure she goes there anymore.
No.
They are not helping her. And that's why she always goes back to her old habits, exactly. It took one conversation where he told her, I'm leaving. No support. Are you okay? She's clearly not okay. It took this, and then she went and got drunk. She could have killed herself.
Yeah.
DJ picked her up like this. Where was she? What had she been doing? They don't know because they don't look out for their daughter. They think about themselves before her. They've always done that. And in my opinion, this episode, he did just that. He thought of himself before his daughter, which in my opinion, as a father, you want to be a good father, you gotta start thinking about your kids first.
Think about your kids first. We did say that we needed to have a couple of fucked up parents in this show.
Yeah, that's true.
And at least one good pair of good parents, the Cohens.
Well, yeah. I mean, they have their issues, but in a teen drama, the parents also carry their weight of problems. So.
Yeah. Now on to another issues. Lindsay, the Cohens, and Ryan's situation.
It's a lesser issue in my opinion because it's a sweet one.
It's a sweet, awkward situation because, like I said, the really big deal about it is just like, it's not between Lindsay and Ryan because...
Ryan?
Ryan.
Oh, Ryan? Hey, Ryan! Ryan!
I don't think
Where's Jimmy going? To Ryan! To Hawaiian!
I don't think that the main issue is with Ryan and Lindsay.
Sorry. Wait, Ryan? Continue? Shut up. It's late.
With Ryan and Lindsay, because the attraction is there, both of them have feelings for each other. The main issue, though, is with everybody else's perception of what Lindsay is to them.
But Ryan was also a bit awkward about this because, like, for him too, it's as soon as they put a label on each other, that's when it gets weird. Because they both
kind
said
of did that with Game of Thrones too, right?
Yeah, but well, sort of. I don't think he cared as much, but well, John cared, but Danny didn't. In any case, Ryan is saying that, you know, now that he thinks about it, she is his aunt, his step aunt, sort of.
If the Cohens are seeing you as
Step
family,
adopted aunt. Anyway,
and you see them as family, and I'm part of that family. You are my family, so we cannot really be kissing each other, right?
Well, but the thing, in my opinion, considering he's sort of adopted and she's sort of like she's biologically Kirsten's sister, and there's nothing wrong about spending time with her, and for Kirsten to look out for her and stuff, like, it's fine. But the awkwardness of the situation would be more there if Ryan started hanging out with Haley because Kirsten grew up with Haley and Seth grew up with Haley.
Yeah.
So it would be weirder, but it's the same situation, but it would be weirder if it was like with the actual sister Kirsten grew up with, because there's not this separation and it's not as easy to look at it differently. Like there's nothing wrong with them dating unless they start putting labels on it and start making it a problem. And you said it yourself, Ryan, you talked about the view of others. That's the only issue there that I can see when they tell Kirsten. We'll see how that affects the whole dynamic. But in my opinion, as long as they are okay with this, it's not going to be weird because they have an attraction. They like each other. And, I mean, Seth is not looking at Lindsay like an ant. And considering, you know, if Ryan's dated Lindsay before the whole revelation thing, he can see her as a friend. Like, that's not going to change. You're not suddenly going to start looking at her like a sister. But then you can consider your brother's girlfriend, your sister-in-law. That doesn't make it awkward. So with Lindsay, there's nothing wrong or awkward about this for the kids, you know, side of the story.
True.
And technically, since there's no true bond with Kirsten yet, there shouldn't be a problem there either unless they make it a problem.
We'll see how that will go. Sorry.
Because then again, like, same thing. Like, if Lindsay, like, when Ryan was dating Marissa, that didn't stop Kirsten from hanging out with Marissa, helping her out, giving her advice. So why wouldn't she be able to do that with Lindsay if she's dating Ryan? Unless you put a label, she's my sister. This is weird.
True. Also,
You know?
it's technically kind of the same, right? Because Caleb married Julie. Julie is Marissa's mom. So
Yeah.
technically, Kirsten, his Marissa half-sister.
Yeah, but considering they're not related by blood, that's why it's less awkward.
Yeah.
They make jokes about it.
I
Just
know.
like, but then, like I said, even if there's a blood tie between them, they didn't grow up together. So in my opinion, it's not as weird.
You know what? It does remind me about the TV show like Life with Derek, because people have come up with that conversation many, many times again. Like, is it okay to have feelings for your stepbrother because you, even though you didn't grow up with him? People have had that conversation so many times.
But the stepbrother thing is a bit different because you have a parent who's actively sleeping with your boyfriend or girlfriend's parent in the same house where you want to also be doing stuff with your and you call each other brother and sister. And on paper, you're brother and sister. With them, it's not the same. Technically.
I hope
Technically.
not. I hope not.
On paper, maybe it would be, but technically, and it's an end thing. Like, I was okay with the Jon and Daenerys thing because people used to do that back in the day.
Yeah, I think, like, I don't.
This is getting weird.
Like, I don't know if you read any stories, but one of the main argument that people wrote down, according to law, I don't know if it's a real law thing.
About the Life with Derek thing?
Yeah, I think that one of the law thing is like, if you didn't grow up with that person, it's okay because you don't have that connection with it.
Well,
I
true.
think that's the thing. I don't know if that's really a real thing, but...
Well, no, but it's true. And it's less awkward if you don't grow up with the person. It's not awkward. With the stepbrother, stepsister thing, it's a bit awkward because, like I said, your parents are actively, in a relationship. Like, Gossip Girl actually had that problem. It's weird because your parents are also together when you want to be together with their kid. And then if you have siblings, younger siblings especially, like, they call each other and they call them brother and sister. And then you want to be doing stuff with that person? That gets weird.
But what do you do if you're already dating someone and then your parents are dating each other afterwards?
Well, then it's the parents who, like, no matter who came first, it gets weird.
Yeah.
When it comes to Lindsay...
It's like the chicken and an egg.
When it comes with Lindsay, the age difference, the separation, and the fact that, I don't think she'll ever... I mean, she could, and that's when it would get weird with Kirsten, but then we'll see if it gets there. But, everything else makes it not as awkward. And the fact that Ryan is adopted, too, like, it's not like he's Seth. With Seth, that would be totally wrong.
Oh, yeah, that would be wrong.
Yeah.
On so many levels.
So, but with Ryan, there's nothing wrong with them being together, but it gets weird if they make it weird.
Yeah.
So we'll see how Kirsten takes it, and it depends on how their relationship evolves.
Yeah.
But Lindsay, I don't think Lindsay is ever gonna see Kirsten as a mom, as a sister.
As a
sorry,
mom?
as a mom or sister.
Well, we don't know that because, like you said, the more time that she passed with Kirsten's not gonna let that go.
She could be a friend. It's true that I had the impression that Kirsten wanted to really push that relationship forward, but she's like that, you know. She wants to look out for people, and she feels like Lindsay is a true victim, and which she is, of what happened, and maybe she feels responsible for that because it's her father, you know.
Well,
but
I don't know if Lynn's gonna maybe see Kirsten as a half sister, maybe an aunt, maybe because of the age difference.
a friend.
Yeah, a friend.
The friend thing works for me, and in that case, it works for Ryan too. But like, we'll see it. We'll see how it goes. But I don't find it weird.
I'm kind of glad and okay that Lindsay, she might be open up to the idea of talking with Caleb, because they saw
she's his daughter.
Yeah, because they saw each other, and she
had that look on her face.
That was awkward, but she had that look on her face that
she might want to talk to him a little bit, which I get, because like she doesn't know him, and there's stuff about herself that she might want to know, stuff about the family, stuff about him and her mom, you know. So she might have she probably has a lot of questions, and I hope if she comes to him, he'll allow her to talk and ask her questions. Like, don't screw that up. You've already messed things up enough. You know,
with your first family, yeah.
Which, I mean, we're gonna brush really fast because the conversation is getting long. But we're gonna brush really fast on the Seth thing and the Zach thing. Zach is in the wrong. If Summer is fine with forgiving him for that, it's totally cool. I do think that if he's kissing other people so early in their relationship, there's a problem. But that's up to her if she wants to be okay with it. Which she seems to be okay with it. So. She is actively also flirting with Seth, and she's in a relationship with Zach, so that might be why it's not as huge a deal.
True.
But yeah, I mean, I find it funny and cute a little bit that he went to Seth, to ask him for questions, because like, you dated her, how should I tell her, you know?
He really knows Summer is best. Well,
yeah.
Beside Marissa, yeah.
And I mean, he was right. Like, you gotta be honest about these things. If you did that, like, don't keep it a secret. That gets worse. And this hurts more than the actual kissing.
Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, that whole situation was just basically it was fuel for the Seth situation, which I also found funny. I'm glad that she's saying she likes him as is, because this is how things should be.
Yeah, you should never change yourself like that.
Yeah.
For someone else.
I was a bit worried.
If they cannot appreciate you as you are, or just they don't. Sorry, I cannot speak.
They don't deserve you.
They don't deserve you, because it's okay to change in a relationship for the better, because you become a better person and you change as a couple. But to change who you deeply are as a person is wrong.
Yeah, especially for those reasons. And that's my problem with Alex is that he's trying so hard, and she's not giving anything back.
She's not getting it, yeah.
Yeah, like, she's barely around. She doesn't call him. She doesn't talk much. I got worried about her this episode. Like, I was like, are we gonna find, like, she has a drug problem or an alcohol problem? Like, is something wrong with her? Because I felt like maybe she was hiding something, but then maybe it's just her way of life, and that's totally okay if she wants to be. She could be. And that's fine, but then your attitude is pushing him away, and it's making him think that he has to change for her. So I'm like, if you truly care and like the guy, which apparently she does, because that's the thing. She pushes him away, and then she says something that makes him feel like, oh, I still have a shot. So if she wants to have something with Seth, show it. Actually be there a little bit. I don't know, like, just reciprocate a little bit, because right now it's giving off vibes of, you're interested, but you don't want to go anywhere with them.
Play hard to get a bit?
I don't think that's what she's doing. I think she's just not good at being in a couple. Or at least having a relationship.
She could, yeah.
But we don't know much about her, you know. Like, there's a lot about her past.
We do know that she had issues with her family and just in her life
and stuff.
And her life in general. And right now...
Well, that's why I thought
one of the that doing good enough is her job.
That's why I thought we were going to talk about potential problems, because they recapped, her getting kicked out of school and stuff.
Well, it's not the end of the season yet.
No, but it was recapped in this episode, so usually when they recap something, it's to face it in the episode.
Or because they are bringing back the character.
or it's just that they wanted to make us see that she is a bad girl, so she should get with a bad boy. But yeah, no, Seth doesn't do the bad boy thing right.
What did you think about the tank top?
Oh, the whole thing was funny. But Ryan, like, there's a reason why Ryan changed. You're not supposed to want to be a bad boy. You know, your circumstances make you a bad boy, and the bad boys that we like are usually the ones that have the potential to be a good guy, but their circumstances made them a bad boy.
Yeah.
Like Ryan. But then it's not a good thing to be a bad boy forever.
A bad boy.
Yeah, it's not a good thing to stay a bad boy. Ryan, he was a bad boy because he didn't have a choice. He had to survive. And then circumstances changed and he became a good guy. But he always had that potential. That's what made him a good bad boy.
So he wasn't really a bad boy then.
A good boy, a bad boy, a good bad boy.
All right. I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys, because we are talking way too much.
We're not talking, I mean, it's the point of those reactions. But like I said last episode, there's a storm outside and we are at risk of losing power any minute. So we don't want to keep this going for too long. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, the next one will be on the team next week, guys. So stay tuned and I'm going to see you then. So,
bye.